Make your own sticker book, she says. It'll be easy, she says. She being me. I said that to myself. And I just didn't have any ideas, so I literally asked my partner Chris to come in and pick a tape from my collection of washi and PET tapes, and he picked this one. I think this may be one of the first washi tapes I ever got, and I'm pretty sure I got it at Tokyo Hands in 2017. Still sticky. This is completely ridiculous, and I love it, and I'm obsessed. I thought we might have a little mood board, so I'm planning to somewhat use the cover for inspiration. Hello, welcome back to the journal vlog. I have been unwell the past weekend, so I'm behind in setting up my reading journal. Gastritis. I don't recommend it. I've started putting together the theme for my February pages, and I just didn't have any ideas, so I literally asked my partner Chris to come in and pick a tape from my collection of washi and PET tapes, and he picked this one, which is from Journal Say. I've had it for ages, and it's really cool, so I'm trying to come up with things that I'm going to use with it. So let's put together a bit of a theme together. The reading journal requires printing book covers, so I quite often, since I have to do that anyway, will make the titles in Cricut Design Space as well. I found this font, it's called Acquire, but if you're looking for it, it's Acquire without a C, just A-Q-U-I-R-E. And I really like that, but what color should it be? This is pink and white, and it has a little bit of a shiny rainbow reflection. In the product listing, they make it look way more rainbow than it kind of is. So I'm guessing we go pink, right? Kind of like e-girl things. I'm gonna need some advanced colors here, if you don't mind. I haven't calibrated my screen in a while, but I feel like, goodness me, this doesn't work. It's also really cloudy where I am today. That's like a kind of a nice bubblegum pink, and this is also that. Obviously I can't make it white, or I could, but you wouldn't see it on the page. So I'm thinking that will be good. The offset button has disappeared. I don't know if this is a recent update thing or what, but I have to go over here to do offset now, which is really annoying because I use that function all the time. Make the offset nice and little. I'm gonna change my background color so I can see it. Make my offset white. And we gotta contour this because there's some gaps there that I don't want. It'll be a little flimsy, but I think I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna flatten those. I think that'll be cute. I'm gonna go ahead and make the rest of my titles in the same font, in the same color. I actually changed my mind about the offset and just made them all square, like rectangles instead, because it was getting a bit too fiddly. I was gonna rip some stickers otherwise. So those are gonna be the titles. What do I do with the rest of the setup though? Like what do I match with this? Because just this and that isn't enough for me. Oh yeah, that is a pretty good color match. Happy with that. I'm pretty chill about my reading journal. I don't typically go to the level of mood boarding for it, but I do just kind of want to see how these elements will look together. So this is our basis, this tape here. I'm really just looking for color harmony above anything else. Not that there's a huge amount of range to work with there, but I have this tape, which might be, it's kind of got some fun sort of alien vibes going on. It might be a bit too celestial, but I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. I have this metallic washi tape I've had for a while. I've unrolled this one onto one of these card things. That will definitely work. I also have this one that's, oops, I keep dropping it, more of a marble kind of a vibe. I've got plenty of that by the looks, so we can swatch a bit of that. My natural instinct with something like this is to go silver rather than gold, and both of these have gold on them, but it's just not super easy to come by. Actually, I don't think I'm vibing that. I think that's too much texture, so probably not that one, which makes me think I may feel similarly about this one, this little chevron pattern. I think this may be one of the first washi tapes I ever got, and I'm pretty sure I got it at Tokyo Hands in 2017. Still sticky. Yeah, I don't think so, but I am vibing this one, funnily enough, because I was doubtful about that one. Mitsu is gonna just walk over my progress so I can't see. Thanks, Mitsu. I have these little aliens from Stash World. They might be a bit far, do you think? And I have this PET tape, also from Journal Say, not pre-cut unfortunately, but the moons could be fun. Some of them have actually a bit of a pink colorway to them as well, which I think is kind of great. So maybe just one or two of those sprinkled around. I have these silver starry kind of shapes that I thought would be good for filling in some gaps. I got out these two origami papers. I don't know, I've kind of really moved away from paper recently in my journal. Okay, not that one, it's too peachy. That's a lot. I think it's a bit too Barbie pink for me just in general as far as personal preference. And I still have one sheet left of this pink yellow reflecting vinyl with a bit of green to it as well. It's really cool. I've had this for years and I've used it in a couple of prior setups too. I feel like it could be fun. Like you can't really layer those, you lose this, but I don't know, I'm gonna keep it out just in case. Here's a little look at how that February theme ended up coming together in my reading journal. I love it. It's very different for me. It's a little bit out there, but it was really fun to attack a challenge and work to a brief. I always really enjoy that. You can see the full setup of this one in the reading journal video linked in the corner. We're not quite done with mood boarding yet though, because I have this whole new journal to add to my collection. It's for my fountain pens and I'm making some stickers of my fountain pens to go in it too, but I'll show you how that works later. For now, let's come up with a theme. This is completely ridiculous and I love it and I'm obsessed, although I have realized I missed a pen. I missed two actually. I have a Platinum Preppy that I've never used actually. I missed that one. Have you got a converter? You don't have anything. And I have another white pen that originally was Chris's and he tells me he got it from Daiso. So I don't know much about it besides that, but I thought we might have a little mood board. So I'm planning to somewhat use the cover for inspiration, as I am wont to do. I have gone through and worked out what's going on which page, but I haven't really penciled things out because I don't feel like it's that kind of a jam. I'm planning on going pink and blue. So obviously taking the pink from the journal cover. And I have this little stack of tapes. So this one is from Korea Crafts and it has some fountain pens on, but it also has some cute little like envelopes and lamps and stuff that fit the pink color palette. Since the notebook is from Lila Journals, I thought it only made sense to use one of the Lila Journals washi tapes as well. And these three are all from Bloomsical Paper Co. from the Duchess set. I've had them for a while. These two I haven't even opened. They're still in their packaging. This one I have used a little bit in the reading journal books. That I think is just too perfect, like the inkwell and the pen. So those are kind of the basis of my tape decoration, which I'm really enjoying tapes lately. I thought for the cover page, this one's a sheet from Paper Monogatari and it's actually a very fine script in a deep blue, so that also I thought would work. And I grabbed out this frame page that came with the last Runa Marudi package that I received. I thought that could be a fun basis for a cover page. We'll probably do something like this, right? Or maybe the other way around, I'm not sure yet. I've got these letters left over from some dead stock that Stash World was selling last year. I thought I'd do pen and ink. That's technically a J, but I think I can get away with it. And then maybe stamps for the rest, maybe? These are the main reason I'm introducing the blue element, because I have these from Korea Crafts from a subscription box over a year ago now. Too perfect, right? Absolutely, for the pen and ink journal. It's kind of obvious, it's a bit on the nose, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And this one's a pink lace washi tape from the Baroque lace set from the washi tape shop. I thought that could go pretty nicely in there too. But don't take my word for it. Let's do a little mood board page. This is my research and development journal. It's almost full. I always just scour it for spare little bits of room. Like this was a tutorial on how to do waterfall tabs, but like I can use this for a mood board for something else. I've also got some silver stickers that are pretty good callback to this book cover, but I was trying not to use anything PET. I suppose I am already, so it doesn't matter. They're like silver delicate florals that I got recently from Journal Say, so I should grab those out too. For now, I'll just start putting things down to make sure that they look nice together. This little tape feels a bit academia, but I really like, you know, these elements. Of course I want to use that in my pen and ink journal, so I'm gonna. And it's pre-cut too, which is always useful. Unfortunately, this one's not, but that's too perfect, so it has to happen. Time to finally open this one, which is gonna tie our pink and blue together really nicely. And this one was a freebie when I bought this set, and it's lovely. It's very, very thin with a bit of a gold floral on it. I thought that would be a good page divider if I need it for that. So we'll swatch a little of these two. We'll do a little argument's sake pen, you know, bring this here so you can see. I think it's coming together. Wow, I am losing light so fast. And which one of these recent journals acquisitions would be the best fit here. Roses. I think there's some tulips in that one, and there are tulips on the cover, so let's go with that. This kind of a vibe. Yeah, I like that. That's cute. My Art Deco letters, I'm second guessing a bit now. Let me put down a bit of this lace just to make sure that it all works, because I think it should work. I'm gonna need to turn a light on. I referred to my office as the theme of Princess Academia recently, and I feel like this is kind of what I'm going for here too. I do think that would do it. I'm still not super sure about these. Wait, hang on. Let me put this pen back in here so you can see like this kind of a vibe. Actually, with the pen, I think the pen is vintage enough to kind of tie some vintage lettering back in. So I think that's gonna work. We just had our Page Majors chat for January, and it was so good. We had very mixed feelings about this book. So it was a great little debrief, and shout out to Courtney for running the previous session for me too, because this one timing was just a bit tricky. I have set up my pen and ink journal and my little pen stickers. Wait, let me show you the pen library page, because that's just so satisfying. Look at this. Look at this. It's so much fun. I posted a photo of my Cricut project in my Discord to my channel members and was like, am I extra enough to make stickers of my pens? Evidently, yes. And a couple of people had questions about how I did it, and I also missed a couple of pens. So I have a couple still to photograph. I have two, funnily enough, the ones I missed are both white, which is kind of wild. And I'm like tossing up. Do I do, this is the Lamy Italic. I guess I should. It has different nibs though, like you just unscrew this top part and put a different one in. Maybe I will put a different one in, because this one's a bit like, it's got some dried ink on it, and I guess I'll photograph that too. It's like, it's pretty chill, it's pretty easy to do. And I didn't photograph this one, this pink one. It looks like a Lamy. It's not. I got it in that knockoff counterfeit Martha Brooke stationery advent calendar in 2024. So I wasn't sure about that, because I don't know, I probably won't keep this one. It's a fine, I like, my pen's a little thicker than that typically, so I think I'm not gonna photograph that one. Probably gonna declutter it. Actually, let's put it in the decluttering bag. But these three need photos, so I'm just gonna dropped one on the floor. I'm just gonna show you how I did that. I haven't shot the flip through for this yet, because I like to do that in natural light, and I finished actually setting it up yesterday, like last night, so I still need to do that. But let's photograph these pens first, because I'm importing the other footage at the moment. It's a little bit creasy, but I have this white desk mat that I used to use in my videos a little bit. I literally did it exactly like this yesterday, where I just put it on top of my computer, which is a little bit silly, but it is what it is. I should photograph the Lumos and the Wren as well, because they're fountain pen-ish. They're fountain pen adjacent. I might close the Lumos up though, because you know, it has so many nibs. In case you didn't know this about me, I used to be a wedding photographer. So I'm actually using my wedding camera for this. It's a Nikon Z6 II, and I've got a 35mm prime on it. It's the f1.8, because when they came out with the Z series, they didn't do like 1.4 lenses for a while, and when they did, they were very expensive, so this was as wide a prime. But like the size of the mount, oops, I just took a photo of nothing, is massive, so f1.8 is actually pretty shallow on this thing, like really totally fine. I just wanted something really, really sharp. I'm just gonna hold down my desk mat here so it's not casting any shadows or anything. And I actually used a tiny bit of my kneadable eraser as blue tack right under the pen to keep it in place. So it's kind of on a bit of an angle, something like that. Now, on the lens distortion thing again, I actually found I got the best results when I shot in landscape rather than portrait, because that just gave me like the straightest shot at the pen. Making sure I'm using the center focus point, because it's typically the sharpest on most cameras. And I'm at f5, 1/25th of a second, which is pretty slow, but I have really steady hands so I can get away with it. And I'm just going natural light. I don't have any lights on in my office because I want like as little shadow as possible, and the ones up here are quite directional. So that's the Lumos shot. I'll do the Wren next. I think that's a bit too much blue tack for the Wren, you can see it. I did completely steal the idea of photographing my stickers from Julia, but I don't actually know how she does it. The Wren has a little hole in the lid, so I'm just gonna move that so it's not at the front and reshoot that one. Just checking my focus is nice and sharp, seems to be good. This one, I wasn't sure about. I had to ask Chris, and apparently it's a pen that he picked up from Daiso at some point. that when I started getting into fountain pens, he just gave me all of his, which was really sweet because he wasn't using them. And it has a cartridge in it, but it's very, very, very dried out because this pen hasn't been used in years. Platinum Preppy. I've had this for a while and I've never used it. I'm trying to keep the nib and the cap kind of lined up. If the cap has a pen clip on it, and this pen has some branding on the side, but it's like, I wish it was in the shot a little bit more. Wait, what am I doing? It's actually such a boring photo. Like it just looks like that. But then I remove the background and crop it down. And for this Lami Joy, I'm gonna put one of its other metallic nibs in, literally just for the photo. Gosh, that's a long pen. Are you sharp enough? Yeah, it looks like it. I feel like I'm still missing something. Oh, I am. It's a Kakuno. My lovely Judy gave me this one around Christmas time. I haven't even opened it yet. Isn't that terrible? So there's nothing in it. It's got the little smiley face. Cute. It's actually pretty dark in here. I think an 80th of a second is a bit too low though. I'm gonna bump my ISO up instead. Groovy. And now all of my pens have been photographed, actually. So a little life update for you. My computer is broken, which is really difficult when your livelihood is make video on internet. The screen got cracked. It was actually a certain mustachioed cat's fault. So I pretty much always work off one of these solid state drives. And so this was plugged in and sitting kind of on the keyboard. It's a laptop on the keyboard edge over here. And Mitsu was like, "You're not paying enough attention to me." And he closed the screen on this and it cracked. I took some video of it before I took it in for repairs, which you can see here. This is fun. Might be a little break in videos while I get this sorted, because that is pretty inconvenient. So that's off getting repaired, and it seems like it's gonna take maybe like up to 2 weeks. I got a video up yesterday that I edited on Chris's computer, which is my old computer. It was very kind of him to let me use it because he also is self-employed and uses his stuff for work. So it was a bit of a struggle to edit on that one. It's actually my old laptop and it was a little bit painful to go back to. And I don't think it's sustainable for me to try to keep up my usual level of videos until I've got my laptop back. So I don't even know when you're gonna see this, but I'm just gonna keep filming. I have a really exciting package that I want to show you. This is from Lini. She packaged it so beautifully. I have opened it just to make sure that nothing leaked. She's such a sweetheart. Lini and I were ships passing in the night at the Melbourne Pen Show last year. We didn't actually get to meet, but we have been chatting a little bit on Instagram, and she asked if she could send me some samples. She got some fountain pen ink samples in Malaysia recently, and I asked Lini if it's okay to share my little parcel online, and she said it was. So how cute is this? It's a little rice dumpling. Usage: wardrobes, card, bathrooms, foyers, drawers, shoe cabinets, etc. Sounds fantastic. And then I have a little envelope. Look at this wax seal. Look at this. How gorgeous is that? This is so exciting. Oh, Lini's first line is, "Let me start off by apologizing for using a butterfly notepad." That is so fine. You're absolutely forgiven. Excuse the crazy packaging. I got a little paranoid. You can never be too careful with fountain pen inks. What an absolute sweetheart. Thank you, Lini. I'm so excited. Okay. Ooh, spoiler card. Also, what ink have you used here, Lini? It's got this amazing, it looks like it's a blue base with a pink. Hopefully it will show up in this light, a pink shimmer. It's so beautiful. Also, how gorgeous is this envelope? Look at this embossing on the back. It is raining today in Brisbane and the light's crazy, and it's already like 5:15 p.m. So sorry about my eye bags. This is just how we're gonna have to roll. And now look at this. Look at this beautiful packaging. Ooh, Lini, I think your excellent packaging was a good idea, because there is a tiny little bit of ink transfer, I think. Yeah, you did amazing. I'm gonna open these over the sink, I think, so that I can make sure everything stays nice and clean, and I will report back. I returned with only slightly inky fingers. A few of them had like leaked a little bit, not very much. There's still so much ink in there. I want to swatch everything, but I also want to know what's on this spoiler card. I don't know what that means. We're about to find out. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Stunning. Okay, I get it now. It's for the translation, because lots of them are like kinds of coffee in Malaysia, which is so lovely of her to give me the translation. Some of them I already knew, like one of them is cendol, which is a dessert that Penang is famous for. I've had cendol in Penang and it's great, I agree. Durian, the king of fruits. I've tried durian. It's not my cup of tea, but Chris really likes it. And then the different kinds of coffee, like coffee o, kosong, kopi si. Oh, with condensed milk, that actually sounds kind of good. I'm gonna switch you to this camera and we're gonna have a little swatchy swatch. And I'm going to go to my current, where am I up to here? So that's what I have inked. This is gonna be maybe the beginning of my spread. I've got quite a few inks to swatch here, so maybe I'll have Lini go over 2 pages, 2 spreads. Just gonna clip this open with my handy dandy Stash World clampy. So on this side, I'm probably gonna do this. Pop this cutie down. Oh, I don't wanna lose the front though, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm probably going to need to take this cutie off, but maybe I can put a sticker there that imitates it, and that's going in my memory journal. So we'll do swatches here, and then I'll probably pop our, too many pages, they're so thin, pop our spoiler card in here. And I'm pretty sure I have, I don't know if it's the brush, wait, wrong end, the brush tip or the chisel. It's a chisel in this lovely, I believe this is Damson from Tom's Studio. I thought I might do my heading with that because it's a fountain pen ink in a not really fountain pen, but it's a fountain pen adjacent. A little bit of this. Oh yeah, that turned out okay. I haven't practiced italic for a bit. Wow, why can't I spell? Goodness me. Good going, Erin. Excellent placing extra letters in words for no reason. There are a couple of brands represented here, so I thought I might try to keep them together. I'm so glad you went overboard with the packaging, Lini. It turned out it wasn't overboard at all. It was perfect. Oh, she's numbered them actually, so I should do them in the number order. This feels like the perfect opportunity to use my little, I think it's technically a toothbrush holder. My Judy gave me this just to make absolutely sure I don't knock anything over. Let's see if we can fit 5, maybe 6 to a spread. So this one is Inkebara Kopi, which is coffee. The last time I was in Malaysia, Chris is a black coffee drinker. He doesn't put anything in his coffee besides coffee. And Malaysia couldn't handle that. I think they're a bit of a sweet coffee nation. So he got a lot of complimentary sugar in his coffee orders, which was really funny. I haven't been to Malaysia in a while though. 2017, I think, was the last time I visited, which was too long ago. Chris has family there, so we usually make it back more often. Hi, Peaches. Hello, Mitsu. No, Mitsu, don't come up. I've got fire, I've got ink. It's not a good time, baby. This one is Kopi C. Moving into the diamine now. This one is Kopi Ko. This one is durian. I'm so excited to see what this one looks like. Oh yeah, that's making sense already. Chris describes the taste of durian as being like a mix of custard and onions, which may appeal to various people to varying degrees. And this one is diamine chendol. Oh yeah, it's green. Of course it's green. That makes so much sense. Yep, so it looks like I'll actually be able to fit 8 to a page here, which is wonderful. Although those are all of the Malaysia themed ones, we're going into the wild cards here, so maybe I should put them over the page. Actually, I think in the interests of keeping the page space available for my extra stuff, my notes from Lini and everything, I really want to include those, so I'm gonna stick to this page actually. This one is Dragon's Blood. Dragon Blood? Singular. From Diamine. Oh, that's gorgeous. That'd be another really good winter autumn shade. Ooh. This one I have actually tried before and I love it. So it's really exciting to have a little bit more of it. This one's Diamine Writer's Blood, and I know I love this shade. I've used it actually in a journal setup with this pen previously, the Lumos. But it was with the brush tip, I think. That was August, 2024. I'm a little inkier than I was before. I'm gonna let that fully dry down before we do anything else, because otherwise I'm gonna ruin this. Actually, while they're drying, let's just have a closer look here. This one is a beautiful cool tone kind of a brown, which is really nice. This one is like red based, but with green sheen. Likewise, this one, like a really deep chocolatey brown with this green sheen, which is so wild. A little bit warmer. This one's like somewhere between a yellow and a green, which is perfect for durian. This chendol color is really, really pretty. Dragon Blood has a gold shimmer in it, which is so pretty. Can you see that? Let me show you up really close in hope that that helps. I feel like I need a more directional light. When in doubt, phone torch. It's still a little bit wet, but like you can see that gold shiny, right? So good. And good old writer's blood. Beautiful, deep, rich red. Actually so good. These are definitely dry because I gave them all night. Let's do the last two over here. And this one will decorate with a little bit of this. Yeah. And this little cutie as well. I want to have somehow also incorporated. Not sure yet how. So number 9, this is Diamine Elf. It's really hard to get a read on, oh, it's green. What kind of color it's going to be just from the vial, because everything sort of looks black when it's concentrated. This feels like a good little blop. What's a blop? I don't know, that's a blop. And number 10 here, this is Lami Dark Lilac. Oh, which is a gorgeous kind of red purple by the looks. I'd like to use some of this paper in my memory keeping journal as well, but I have plenty here, so I'm just gonna cut a piece to fit this page. This might also be the kind of paper that doesn't take super kindly to having glue tape applied to it. It's tissue paper. I guess we'll find out. It's not tearing up or anything, but not much is transferring. What if I... Should we try different glue tape? Oh, my Plus Norino coming in clutch. That is so pretty. You can see the glue tape through it. That's fine, I guess. I love how these colors look great with this. That worked out really nicely. I think I want to put this here, but I don't want to lose this gorgeous edge of the card into the paper here. So let's add some tape behind. Just something from my little collection here, maybe? This wide one? That's from Journal Say ages ago. I bet I can't find it anymore. I'm just gonna wallpaper it. Whoops, this thin paper. I took a little bit of it with me. Didn't mean to do that. I'm not sure this is my favorite glue tape ever. You really kind of have to push down pretty hard, but I have 2 of it, so I want to use it up. This dark lilac has a crazy green sheen on it. Now I'm switching back to this one. Right about there. Oh, I love this so much. This is making me really happy. I do feel like I should probably jump back in with a dip pen and give a little scribble swatch of each one, because that's going to help me to see what they would actually be like when written with. So I'm just going to add that, just a little wiggle down the side. Cute. Just going to burn through these really quickly. Oh, lucky I left a space for this. Hey, I didn't mean to. It was unintentional. It just kind of happened. This should be fascinating. I'm really glad the durian one is not a scented ink. This chendol one makes me want dessert. Gotta give dragon blood a good shake so I can try and get some of that shimmer into the line. I love shiny inks. I don't care if they clog my pens. Oh, that's a thick line. Writer's blood right there. Gonna have to give those a second to dry down all the way before I can go back over the page. I can get a really good look at this wax seal now too, and look, it's a Pegasus. Okay, I think we're good. Just gonna do these last 2. So Elf and Dark Lilac. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. Don't you love the colors that you end up with on like a piece of paper towel that you've been using to clean things off? Last one. I'm always so curious about how sheen transfers to writing. So this should be pretty fun. And we're done. I'm gonna go wash my dip pen off now. Thank you, Lini. This has been so much fun. My collection has just expanded so much. Just in case you were wondering, yes, I have also swatched my inks from Lini in this one, which is my ink directory. This is just like all of my inks. So I have a record of all the colors for when I'm choosing things to go in pens. And in this version, I have written the name of the ink with my dip pen as well, so that I can see what it might look like in a pen too. I have quite a bit of memory keeping to catch up on, and my laptop's still out of action, so what the hell else am I gonna do? It's amazing how messy my desk can get when I'm not even using it. So I'm gonna jump into this one. I don't know if I'll show you from the top. This journal's kind of just for me. I don't really want to share everything that goes in here, but maybe we'll do a little bit. A big part of the reason I want to catch up on it now is because it's Lunar New Year on Tuesday. It's always cat hair stuck to my nose, always. And I really want to do a Lunar New Year spread. I've actually gone and found my horoscope. I'm the year of the rabbit, so like what my prediction is. I've printed it out with my foam memo. Did I say that weird just then? Printed it out with my foam memo thermal printer. And I have this amazing Year of the Horse PET tape from the Washi tape shop. So I really want to do a big spread with my predictions for the year. I actually did the same thing in my everyday journal. I never shared this because it's kind of like a just for me thing. Even the way I set it up, I've done it so that when I eventually share a flip through of this journal, I don't have to show you this part. But I did my like zodiac horoscope as well with these little cute flippy outy pages that make my Libra sticker in the middle when they're close together. Like, isn't that cute? I had a good time doing it too, but like, it's nice having little parts of my journals that are just for me that I don't put on the internet, because otherwise it gets exhausting recording everything that you're doing in every journal that you have, so. I have just finished up setting up my March theme in my journal. I really didn't know what I was going to do. I had promised in my February video that my next one was going to be not floral, and then I went through all of my stuff, and let me show you. Some of this is slated to use soon, so, you know, but like almost everything I have, unless I've used it recently in kind of some other way, and it's already fresh on the channel. I've got so much floral, like so much floral going on here. So it was actually pretty hard, and I've moved away from using scrapbooking papers in my journals recently because they bulk it up more than anything else really. But I came across this piece. This is a single piece of artwork similar to this one from Korea Crafts from when I was subscribed to their subscription a while ago, over a year ago. And I was like, you know what? I can work with brown and blue. And so that's what we've done. And I think it turned out really cute. I've also done the same kind of variation on weekly every time because I really like the one, it's the weekly that we're on currently in April. And what month am I telling you? Oh my God. We just picked our Page Majors book for April. And so April is the month on my brain. This one. In February, this is where we are now. And so I've carried that into March with me as my weekly for every week. So we've got the rolling task list, but I've tried to mix up the left page just to see how many ways I can do it in a traveler's, and they came out pretty cool. I've had this little A6? I've forgotten what size it is, but I've had this little folder in my collection for quite a while now. It came with an advent calendar last year, and I've been meaning to make it into a sticker book, and I've been hoarding all of my leftover sticker paper from when I make sticker sheets. Let's finally do the thing. Now's the time. I've been sitting on this plan for a while, and I think it's time to finally execute it. So this is the sticky advent folder from the Pop sticker advent calendar that they did last year. There are no stickers in any of these anymore, but they are beautiful, so I did want to keep these, some of them anyway, like that. That's so pretty. That would go with my March theme. I've already finished it, but like, I wonder if I should put that in there somehow. Anyway, I thought I'd use these as a template. I bought this paper last year when I was at Muji in Melbourne, and I thought that would be a good place to start as far as, okay, let me grab one of my pre-existing sticker books and just demonstrate what I'm thinking about here. So this one is from Stash World, and I have been using it for a couple years now. It's fantastic. I'm pretty sure Jessie made these in-house. And what's very interesting about these ones, you can kind of feel what's the sticker release paper front, like the waxy side, and what's the back. But I have stuck things to both sides, and it seems to have gone okay. Like that still peels up fine. So I don't know if I need to, here's my thought process. If I want the sticker release paper, like the side that you traditionally put your sticker on to be on both sides, then I would need to basically adhere it to paper like this. But if I don't care, and if I'm okay with putting stickers on this side, then it doesn't matter. I can just cut this to size and punch the holes as needed instead. And for the secret third option, I have these little tab things that I got from Journal Say not too long ago that are supposed to adhere to your material to make it able to go into a binder, but I don't know that they would stick to sticker release paper for obvious reasons. So I don't know where that leaves me, to be honest, but I do know that if I'm punching my own holes, I can use this as a template. I'm a little concerned that this paper would be too thin to be robust enough for this, and these are already pre-punched. So all I would have to do is cut this to size and then stick this over. But then when you're bending the paper to peel up the sticker, does that make it, does this make that harder? I think I'm gonna start by just measuring this little cutie. I could potentially stand to make it a little wider, but the wider it is, I mean, the less it's gonna close like this. So maybe we will stick to their exact dimensions. This artwork's by Milk Tea Danny, by the way, and her stuff is just incredibly beautiful. I'm hopeful that I could maybe get 3 sheets out of one of these pages, but we'll have to see. My plan is to chop a couple at once because I can always cut off this part if I change my mind about my plans. Okay, not quite. 2 to a page. And because I'm using my wonderful guillotine thing that my incredible Secret Santa Dom got for me because she knew I was having trouble with a cutting tool at the time. Does it actually say? I used to have one of these and it told me how many sheets I could do in one go. It doesn't. The old one was 8, but I'm just gonna do, let's do 4. I wanna put them all facing the same way. And then I will theoretically have 8 bits of paper. I might need to clip these. This is one of those please be careful guillotines where it doesn't have a plastic bit here to stop your fingers from getting chomped. So I'm gonna start with this cut. Seems like a good enough place to start. And this thing's magnetic, which is kind of great because then you can use it to hold this in place if you don't have a clip in the way. Let's commit. I'll do this one next. Obviously, the more pages you cut at once, the more homogeneous they're all going to be. But this is a test, so I don't completely know how this is gonna end up. Okay. Oh, well, committed now. That cut's so wonky. I feel like I need to fix that. How annoying. The top cut was correct. It's just this bit down here. It went way off the mark. I guess maybe it's supposed to go this way. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Do I ever? Not really. These cut wonky too, but let's just roll with it. Maybe I can just trim that up with scissors. We need some serious clamping energy here. Okay, that's a bit more in line. Who's gonna look that closely? Not me, most likely. And I have this hole punchy thing. This is also via Journal Say pretty recently. So I'm thinking, I don't know how many it can do at a go. Should we try all of them and see how it is? Gosh, clamps are coming in really handy for this stuff. And then I figured I would just literally punch through exactly where the holes are already. Like, oh, that's a lot of paper. Oh, you can do this, grip strength. Nope, nope, that didn't work. It started to work. I can see where it was trying to be. Maybe it did work. I might just try it again from the other side. Did you work? I don't know what's going on. No, too many sheets. Okay, take out a few. 8 sheets is too many. Let's do 4 instead. Let's go round 2. Oh, that's so much harder than it should be. Okay, this potentially has to be like a, maybe even a 1 at a time situation. It's punching something, but it's not doing it very cleanly. Let's just try 1 sheet. Gosh, that'll be so much more tedious though, to have to punch every single one of them individually. That makes me lean towards my Muji paper plan and adhering things. All right, this is just 1. Okay, that's doable. See, that didn't, maybe this thing's just not very good. I didn't punch all the way through, just on a single layer, which doesn't fill me with joy. I tried it on printer paper, I think, when I first got it, and it seemed to be okay with that. Could be user error, or it might just suck. I'm committed now though, so I'm gonna do the whole bit. See how that hasn't actually detached? It's done most of it. Maybe I'll try a different angle. No, this thing just doesn't cut on that side. It ripped it off that time, but it didn't actually cut it properly either. And then it doesn't want to let go. Okay, no, that's way too tedious. I do not have the time nor the patience. Look at how, like, uneven and kind of ripped some of these are. I think that would automatically compromise the entire sheet going into this, you know, to flip through them. I don't think they'd be strong enough. So let's pivot. I had been thinking I'd use this once I get it all set up for exclusively reading journal stickers stuff, because that's kind of one of the main uses for my sticker books for me, is for my reading journal. But I then started my fountain pen and ink notebook, and I made the stickers of my pens. And now I feel like maybe it should be a home for that. I guess it could be both. 1, 2, these are thicker. 3, 4. Let's do 4 sheets at a time. These are dot grid, so they might be easier to align. And I'm gonna be covering, wait, I need a spot where the dots, oh no, do the dots not actually line up with these? Please don't tell me that. Oh no. Okay, what else could I do to make this work? I could go with something like the top, cut it in the middle and have 2 kind of flippy smaller sections. That doesn't seem good or useful either. Okay, what about these things? Wow, I really thought this was gonna be so much easier than it is. So these are like a silicone kind of feeling. These ones are tabs. This appears to be able to be punched out so that you can put it in something like this. And this actually does look like it would indeed fit here. So if nothing else, I can use that as a template. Let me just shove those through so that I know which ones I'd be using. Okay, and then I will actually remove those as a reference. Make your own sticker book, she says. It'll be easy, she says. She being me. I said that to myself. This probably would be the most straightforward method if it works, but we'll have to do some testing. Where's the one I did before? So you've already got holes cut and they fit, so that's nice. You theoretically could work, but for argument's sake, upside down. I want to try sticking some of these. How do you get them all in the right spot, you know? My first thought was place on ring first and then, do you know what? We use a template, that's what we do. We get out of my way. Oh, it fell off already. Okay, that was sticking it to the front though, which is sticker release paper, which makes sense that it may not work. What if I stick it to the back? Is that better? Rather than doing all 6, I might just try to do 4 and skip the middle ones. Still pretty fiddly, to be honest. I do have a couple more packets of these, so it's a possibility. What if I line up both of these first and then, okay. Something like that. So those tabs are stuck to the back. I should pop out their little circles. Okay, that worked. They feel pretty much sturdier than I would have thought. And I can stretch them further if I don't need to add them to these center spots here. That is very lightweight paper, so I don't think they need the extra support, but maybe, I don't know. The other thing I guess we could do is just adhere the sticker paper to this, or like cut the sticker paper to go inside, but I hate fiddling around with getting these out repeatedly, so I don't want to do that. This currently seems like it is our strongest contender. Unfortunately, I do have several cut bits of sticker paper that have this annoying little edge on them, but that's not to say that we can't remove that. Now that these are kind of factoring that part in, we could potentially just chop that edge right off. I have to keep this one on the top. I really haven't done a great job of cutting these. Let's just do 3 at a time. I think I was relying too much on my little magnet guy before, so I'm gonna skip it for this one and just hold this in place. It's such lightweight paper that it sort of doesn't know what to do. So that's not straight, it's hilarious, but that isn't cutting straight. Maybe I'd be better off switching to this thing, potentially. It's not the machine's fault, it's the paper. This thing, I quite like it. I've been using it a bit lately, and frequent use is starting to give me a pretty decent groove down the center where the blade actually hits, but it doesn't have a marker for the center, which is really annoying actually. Let's see if it can handle 2. I do feel like this is going to do a better job of cutting this paper because of how this thing holds it in place. Oh yeah, way better. Just then it's hard to get these out again. There's always something. Cool, and then we put stickers on those. All right, let's just start with the ones I've already kind of got. That did fine with 2, so let's see if it can handle 3. Let's go. Oh no, okay, the bottom 2 didn't cut that well, but I can see where they were supposed to. So maybe I'll just do it myself, since nothing is evenly cut anyway. Sometimes scissors really are the best way. That means I now have, whoops, one that's already ready to go in. They are laying a lot flatter than I would have expected, which I'm grateful for. Take my template, and this time I'm going to try and position all 4 before I put this down. 2, 3, is that in frame? Almost not. Lucky for me, I can basically just line them up against this paper edge. That's making my life a lot easier. 4, shiny side toward me. Excuse me, pen, what are you even doing here? And place. Sort of like, oh no, sort of not like that. The top 2 worked, the top 2 worked. All right, 2 at a time then, instead. We did 2 at a time on the first one, didn't we? Stay. All right, I think we got it. Pop these little bits out and you can go and be with your brother. Okay, this is probably going to bother me that they aren't like nice, but it's much more difficult than expected. Now I just rinse and repeat, which feels like the perfect time to throw on an audiobook, don't you think? I've just started this one this morning, Alive by Scott Sigler. The only from Audible completely covers his name. Apparently there's a full cast version of this one. I'm not that into those, so I've gone with the standard one. Big shout out to Kat for suggesting this one. I asked my channel members for sci-fi suggestions because I did sort of a sci-fi-ish theme for February in my reading journal, and this was Kat's suggestion.
We hear a series of small whirs and clinks.
I think I've decided individual application is going to be easier for placing my little stickery things on here, so I'm just going to draw myself a little reference instead, I think. I'll be able to line up my stickers with these. It won't be super pretty because these will still be somewhat visible probably, but I am all about expedience today apparently. That seems like enough. 1, 2, 3, that's 14 pages. So I guess now we try something fun and put some stickers on them. I'm gonna start with my fountain pen stickers. I haven't got to make the next batch yet because I haven't been able to make stickers while I haven't had a computer, but my computer is home now, so I can do that soon. And now I guess we test sticking to the back. These ones are fairly decently robust paper stickers. Oh no, that doesn't feel good. Okay, I think we're gonna have to stick to the actual release side. That's okay. It's good to experiment. I wonder if my little pens will fit. Yes, sideways. This one's actually not a little pen, I just can't post it, so it looks like it's a smaller pen. Can't put the lid on the back. All right, that's kind of cool. Oh, I've put them all in upside down. Okay, at least that's a pretty easy fix, I guess. If I wanted to be really picky, this is where I could probably get in here and like snip this down, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave it at that. I think that's pretty cool. I finally did it. DIY sticker book. Definitely not difficult, but not as easy as I'd expected. And since I still have some of these little grippy sticky things left over, I thought I might go ahead and put them in the back so that if I do use all these pages up and I want to expand, I have plenty of paper left to do that with. I won't have lost these things, and that's very helpful. And this is the one I was using. It's still got a few on it. Some of them actually have cutouts for 3 that almost match up with this, but not quite. It was a little bit tight. I couldn't turn it very easily, so I cut them up. And there's one more thing I want to include here too, and that's my template piece here, day 3, so I can refer back to it for sizing later, even if I use the other envelopes for something else. I'm doing some fun Cricut things today. I made some test runs of my reading journal sticker sheets, which may or may not be available on my website now at the time that you're watching this. I'm not sure. I'll put it on the screen whether they're available or not. If not, they're coming soon as a downloadable printable file. But since I'm doing all this Cricut stuff, I thought it would be fun, now that I have all of my stuff again, to go ahead and make the rest of my pen stickers. And a lot of people were interested in those, so I thought I'd show you how I do it. I'm just gonna drag all of these raw files. I've already done some of them. I just dumped the rest of my raw files into the same folder. I'm gonna import the ones I haven't done yet into Lightroom. See, the ones that are grayed out are the ones that I've already done. They're already in the Lightroom catalog. These ones are not. So here's my little selection. I'm gonna add them to the same collection, my little fountain pens for stickers over here, because then we filter them by not rejected images. I should be able to basically just copy and paste the settings over here. They do require a bit of massaging for pens of different sizes, and I'm trying not to keep too much space at the top and bottom. Keep it kind of centered. I'm gonna crop this down to just the pen anyway once it goes into other things. So that's the Tom Studio Lumos, which originally that's what the photo looked like. All of this around here was also part of the image. I just find I get a much nicer, I want to make that even straighter, a much nicer, I don't know, lack of barrel distortion, I guess. When I frame it horizontally, it's like it's not as distorted by my 35mm lens. I apparently shot it 3 times. It's going to be the exact same thing times 3. I don't think that one is especially better than the others, so it probably doesn't matter. There's a little bit of dust right there on this lid, so I'm going to just get rid of that with the tiny little eraser tool. What's that called? The heel tool. There we go. That's less annoying. Before, after. So as far as settings, I haven't changed much. I've like tweaked up the tone curve a tiny bit. There's a little bit of texture and clarity added, mostly exposure. Like originally it was a bit dark. I've brightened it up so you can see the color of the pen, bumped up the shadows a tiny bit. That's basically it. I haven't changed really anything else. Maybe sharpened it a little. Same settings for the Ren. I'm literally just hitting the previous button down here, which will apply the same edits that I did to the previous picture. I shot them all in the same lighting with the same settings. So copy pasting settings across is very, very easy. Every now and then I miss the focus, and I just want to check that I haven't missed the focus. Like the tip on this one's a little bit out of focus, but I think that's probably okay. That one's a bit more, so we'll keep that one of the 2 Ren shots. This one is a Daiso fountain pen, apparently. I wasn't sure how it got in my collection, and I showed it to Chris, and he said, yeah, that one was mine. It's from Daiso. And I was like, oh, cool. Which means it's probably a pretty fine tip. Oh, it's a medium. Okay. I should use this. Looks like it's a little bit rusty, actually. Maybe I hadn't noticed that just eyeballing it. I may or may not actually put that one in the journal. I'll have to see, give it a test run, see if I'm gonna keep it, probably. I might, if I don't, because he said your fountain pens are my fountain pens, like do whatever you want with them, I don't use them. If he doesn't want to keep it, I might give it to someone at the fountain pen meetup if there's a newbie who needs like an entry-level pen, because it's good to start with something you don't care too much about, so you're not worried about breaking things. That's the Platinum Preppy. It's looking pretty sharp. This one is the Italic Lami, whatever those are called, and the Pilot Kakuno. So I'm really not concerned about what the background looks like because I'm gonna get rid of it. There is a bit of grain going on because I shot this at 2500 ISO. I might actually even reduce that luminance noise a little bit so it doesn't feel so granular, but it probably won't matter once I get to actually making the stickers. Like you don't really notice it on white. Yeah, it's probably fine. Just making sure those look relatively similar to the previous batch. That one seems a bit dark. I'm gonna brighten that up just a touch. And that one too. All right, now I'm just going to export these ones. I'm going to check what size I did it last time though, just for reference. This is 300 dpi so that I get a nice print out of it. 2216 by 3330 pixels. Okay, I can do that. 300 dpi, and I want to sharpen it for matte paper because that's what I'm going to use to print on. I'm going to export those files, only 6 of them there, 6 pens, and then I'm going to pull these into Photoshop. I'm going to hit remove background down here. Just going to check that it didn't remove anything important to the pen. Sometimes it does that depending on the color of the nib. It looks like we've done okay this time. So from here, I'm just gonna crop this down. Whoops, not like that. Crop this down to just outside the edges of the pen, something like that. And then I'm gonna save it as a backgroundless PNG. This one's the Pilot Kakuno, so I'm gonna name it that so I can find it when I need it. If I ever wanna just print particular pens, make new stickers of certain ones. And here it is in preview. Looks like we're going okay, so I'm gonna close that one. I don't wanna save it because I don't wanna change the original. Remove background. This used to be so hard. It's so easy now. We'll do the Lumos. It's just a cylinder. Save it as a PNG. Lumos Pro, Duo, save. Next one, crop it in tight. Jolly good, save it as a PNG. This will be an interesting one to see if the remove background tool can handle it, because it's kind of white on white. It looks like it did pretty well. Just gonna check it that it didn't do anything dumb. Looks like it's okay. Sometimes you've got to get in there with your layer mask and tidy things up a little bit, but I don't need to do that this time, so we'll just crop it in tight. Very good. I don't want to save it as a JPEG. Which one is this? The Preppy, right? 2 more to go. Another white pen. Get rid of the background. This one I think is a bit crispier, so it'll be easier for it to find its edges. Crop, crop, crop. Chop, chop, chop. And the Wren, little guy, this one. Obviously, I have these tools available to me, Lightroom and Photoshop, because I do still use them for a lot of photo work for myself and occasionally for the one client that I still do photo work for. So I pay for these. Wren. Whoops, that's not how you spell it. That's also not how you spell it. There we go. You can use other tools. There are all sorts of online free photo editing apps that you could do similar things with. Even Canva has a background removal tool. I think you have to be paying for Canva Premium to get access to that. But anyway, I've now got these 6 pens right here that I don't need Lightroom anymore, but I do want to make stickers out of them. So I'm gonna scoot over to Cricut. This is my project from last time. Just realized part of my screen wasn't in the frame. Sorry about that. My camera must have moved. So these are all the pens I've already got 3 prints of, and some of them I have used. I'm going to keep them in my project because I've tried to size them to somewhat match the size of the pen. So a smaller one like the Sailor Pro Gear Slim is gonna look smaller than, this is the Ferris Wheel Press Gandalf pen, and it's quite long. They're definitely not precisely to scale, and the ones that post are gonna typically look a bit longer than the ones that don't, because like this little guy looks tiny. That's my Just Turnings Fairy Color Shift, and it is not actually that small, but it doesn't post. So I didn't put the cap on the back because I couldn't, and therefore it looks very, very small. Anyway, we have to now upload these. The upload system is really annoying for Cricut Design Space. You have to individually import every single image, which is super frustrating. I'm gonna set it as a flat graphic because I just want it to print this thing and cut around it, and that's it. I will put an what's it called? The outline offset. I will put an offset on it. And for argument's sake, the height of the longest of these pens, like this Lamy and the Ferris Wheel Press Gandalf pen, is 10 centimeters over here, working in centimeters because I live in Australia and that's what we use. So I'm gonna set this one to 10 because it is kind of a long boy. It was a touch more than 10, but 10's good. And I'm just gonna kind of use that as my basis. Let's upload the rest one at a time because that's unfortunately how it works. This one's a very long pen, so maybe this one should be where I start from. Setting it as a flat graphic, about 10 centimeters tall. I'm gonna compare that to, yeah, that looks good with my other Lamy. I think it is a touch longer actually than that one, but I still want it to fit on my page, so we'll probably just stick to that area. But I will make the Wren shorter because it is a smaller pen, even when posted. The Lumos is pretty long, flat graphic, if you don't mind, thank you kindly. I'm gonna make it 10 centimeters tall as well. I wasn't sure about the Lumos, but it is a pen that uses fountain pen ink, so as far as inking things and changing things around, it's useful for me to have a record of what's in the cartridges for the Lumos, so I figure I will include it in this journal, and I do love it as a pen. The Kakuno is a bit smaller, so I might set him to 9, and he can hang out kind of in between the Prera and the tall boys. Preppy, because it's a white pen, there's not a lot of data going on there in that image. It's quite small, so it was faster to upload than the others. I'm gonna make it 9 as well, because it's not a super long pen. I'd say it's pretty similar to the Kakuno. Maybe I should have them in front of me to do this for comparison's sake. Let me grab them. All right, I have a bunch of them here, and this Lami is definitely the biggest one, so I feel like he can go up to that full 10.2 size. So he's that a little bit longer than the Lumos, which you can see, you know, one is actually significantly longer, but for purposes of the journal, I think a little bit is fine. We might go 9.5 for these other ones, huh? Oh my God, 9.5. You can't type too fast for Cricut or it gets confused. And I think I'll keep those ones. Well, say I compare it to the Lumos. So yeah, the Kakuno is like quite a bit shorter, but when I post it, it's kind of the same. So we might leave it about where it is. Got a couple more still to upload. Oh no, just one more. We did the Preppy, didn't we? Ren. The Ren's the littlest for sure. When I first got it, I was worried I would find it too small to write with, but once it's posted with the cap on the back, it's not a problem. We might make you 8, just a baby. But we're not done yet because something we have to do, well, let me change the background color so you can actually see what the heck is going on here. We need to add this little white line around the outside, this little offset. And I'm hoping that it remembers what my offset was the last time I did this, because I sure don't. They've moved this recently. It used to have its own button up the top here, and that's gone now. You have to go into Edit, Offset, and I'll apply it so you can see, but I couldn't really tell from where I was in the screen. I'm just gonna move these over a bit. Sometimes design space is annoying with the way things are laid out. So this is my offset layer over here that's way too big. I don't actually want that. So I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna make it smaller. See that blue line shrinking around my pen? Like maybe that, like a 0.1. Yeah, and then I'm gonna make it white. So when you make an offset layer, it actually makes it separately. Let me bring you over here so you can really see what's going on this layers panel. It makes the offset layer, which is this one, the white line around the pen. It's actually just a white pen shape, a little bit bigger than the pen. It makes it on its own separate layer. So if I don't want it to try and cut the pen and also the white line, I need to flatten those two layers together. So now it'll just print the pen and then cut around the white line. Next up, we'll do the Lami. Because I just used the offset tool, it's going to remember what I told it I wanted. It's always going to be black, unfortunately, which is annoying because most of the time I want a white offset. So I'm forever changing that, but it's just another one of the quirks of the Cricut software. For the Lumos, offset, apply, make it white. Very good. Flatten with the image layer. Next, I'm doing these all separately. You could do them all together, but if you do that, it's going to make the offset for every pen on the same layer. And however you have them spaced, that's how it's then going to have to print it. Because then you'd have to flatten all of your pens to the same layer, and it would be like, well, clearly she wants a big gap between the Kakuno and the Preppy, so I'd better do it that way. And I actually don't. So I'm doing them all separately for the most efficient use of paper. We'll flatten the Kakuno with its new little offset. We'll do the Preppy. Very good. Just the Ren to go. Offset, make it white, flatten it with its layer. And now I have these 6 just kind of hanging here. They're called flatten. Each one of them are called flatten. I had my previous ones in groups, so I know which ones are my new layers just because of that. I'm going to turn off the visibility of my group layers. Let me zoom out so you can see all of them. Whoopsie. 2, 3, because I did 3 rounds of them because I wanted 3 of each pen. You can, if you want to, use this arrange tool. No, sorry, the align tool. I always make that mistake. To just distribute your pens horizontally. I'll undo it and I'll show you again what that actually did. So with them all selected, you can go align and choose distribute horizontally, and it will just make them nicely evenly spaced. But that really only matters for the visual setting up kind of perspective. It doesn't actually matter when it comes to printing and cutting your pens, because it's just going to arrange them as efficiently as it thinks you need it to. 1, 2, 6 pens. What are the rest of these flattened layers then? How many pens do you think I've got? Okay, I must have duplicated my pens and not realized. I want 3 of each of these pens though, so I'm going to group them as well. I'm going to call it new pen group, and I'm going to duplicate it twice by holding down Option because I'm on a Mac. You can also just right click your group over in your layer panel and tell it to duplicate, and it will do the same thing. And now I'm going to click Make up here in the top right hand corner and see how much paper this is going to take up. Oh cool, okay, not too bad. It defaults to letter size, which is not the paper size that we have in Australia, so I need to switch it to A4. And we'll have a bit of page space left over, so I will probably go ahead and add some book cover stickers here because I'm about to do my reading journal for February, so I don't want to waste this sticker paper. So I'm going to hit cancel for now, but I know now how much space I have kind of left over. I'll add those book covers. I have a video about that you can see up here if you want to check out how they happen. It's basically the same process, I just don't add an offset to it. And then I'll report back when we're actually about to print and cut this. I still had space left over, so I've ended up just adding my peach rating sticker, which I make 5 centimeters tall. I'm just going to add a few of it to see. So now I'm doing 2 pages, in fact. There we go. Okay, seems like a pretty good use of space. We're still gonna have that gap down the bottom, but I have managed to fit some peach rating stickers too, so let's say continue. I have to plug my printer in because it's cantankerous. It doesn't work over Bluetooth. Hold it to send to my printer. It always gives you this note about sensor marks. For some reason, I never click don't show this again, but it still annoys me. But I want it there for some reason. I'm not going to, do I want to bleed? I guess bleed doesn't hurt. Bleed is when it adds a little bit of extra ink around the outsides of things like book covers when you're cutting it so that the ink goes all the way to the edge, even if the Cricut cuts a little bit off. And I don't need it when I have an offset like this, but I think I will add bleed for the book covers this time. I always tell it to use the system dialog because that means that it will let me choose settings for my printer. And I always want to tell it I'm using matte photo paper at high quality printing, please. Here comes our first page of pens. Well, there'll only be 1 page of pens, and this is it. And then it'll just be book covers. Okay, that's page 1, ready to go. Now I have to put it on my Cricut mat. This is sticker paper, by the way. I always use this beautiful, it's my favorite. I mean, I haven't tried any others, but I like it, so I haven't strayed. Sticky on this side, sticker paper, premium matte sticker paper from Stash World. Please kindly excuse the fact that my Cricut mat has foil stuck to it from my foil transfer misadventures. Just gonna line this up as well as I can in the top left corner. And now it goes into the Cricut. So I always use washi sheet with more pressure to get my Kiss Cut stickers. That seems to work well for me. We get the mat lined up under these little nublets here, and we have it feed in with that little button. It'll check that it is indeed paper that is wide enough and long enough for the job that we've sent to it. And then when the play button flashes, we can say, go ahead and cut it if you don't mind. Thank you so much. So it didn't actually check the design before, it just checked that the stuff was long enough. So now it's looking for these corner marks to make sure that it's going to have everything where it thinks it's supposed to be. So like this pen is definitely going to be in this corner, and this book cover is going to be over there. And that's how it works out where it needs to cut. If it can't see those lines, it doesn't know where to cut, and things can go horribly wrong, or it will just refuse to do anything. Because I just added the offset within Cricut Design Space for my pens, it's gonna think that they're a little bit wigglier than they probably are. It's kind of fun to watch it. Like, let me zoom in for you. You watch it wiggle. Just watch it wiggle its way along. It's really mesmerizing. It's mostly probably gonna look like straight lines in some of these spots, but it's just following the line that was left when I had Photoshop remove the background. So sometimes it'll be wigglier than you thought, but I don't really mind. If that bothered you, you could smooth it out. I couldn't be bothered. I don't have the time or the energy. So once it's cut all of these cuties, I can zoom you back out now, can't I? Ooh, that wasn't a fun sound. You'll notice how much faster the book covers are because they're just straight lines and it just goes zip, 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 and it's done. See, check out the Lumos here. It's like, oh, those are straight lines. Pretty zoomy. Ready for the speediness of these book covers? Done. Done. Oh, we've still got some pens to go though. And last one for this sheet. And it's done. Thank you, Cricut. I'll take that now. Best way to get one of these sheets off the cutting mat is to flip it over. Sort of just roll the mat away from the sheet. Try and keep the sheet as flat as you can. It can be a bit tricky, but it's not too bad. Otherwise the whole thing curls up like this, and that's not a great time for anyone. I sent it to print already. Apparently my magenta cartridge is also empty. I didn't check first, so hopefully this looks okay. But we're doing sheet 2 now, which will be this one. Oh, it's looking okay so far. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, that's fine. Put it on the mat. Tell it what to do. Load it on in, and off we go. Okay, nearly there. And with that, last book cover, that's sheet 2 all cut. So it'll give it back to me now, and I'll take it. Thank you.